All right, what up, what up, what up? We're back at it again for episode 10 of Unfiltered Banter, brought to you by Busted Trap Studios. We're here live. Been about 10 days since I've seen the boy Logan. Been to Oklahoma. I've been to Georgia. We've had like a full run around the last 10 days. Probably will be together this weekend to shoot some content, hopefully. So I know we've got a fantasy draft Saturday. I joined his league. You know, we talked about doing our own league, but Kurt's in 4 or 5 leagues. Our boy Logan just had his baby. Congratulations to Logan for that. We'll have to get him on and get his dad, his experience as a dad as soon as he frees up some time. Other than that, it's just been kind of going. I passed my insurance exam, so I'm now in the process of being licensed to sell insurance. So get at your boy. There'll be more details coming on that soon. Other than that, no, we missed a lot of sporting news. Preseason's over. College football starts in 2 days. Really, it's already started, but college football for us starts in 2 days when the Vols play.
Yeah. Notre Dame already kicked Navy's ass because
Notre Dame did kick the shit out of Navy.
Navy doesn't know how to throw the
Vandy
football.
barely beat Hawaii.
Yeah, I did see that.
It was like a touchdown.
Yeah,
they went to a last-second interception.
USC, did their business
Throttle.
against Fresno.
Caleb Williams had like some crazy play. My biggest thing, and they're like, he's a combination of Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and somebody else. I think they've lost their fucking minds.
I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a good quarterback, obviously, because he won the Heisman.
Yeah, but
I mean, I don't think he's what they're making him out to be.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
I think they said it was Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, and Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, that's great, no, but we don't know yet. I mean, look, he can be
he can have one good game. He can have one good game this season and then suck ass.
Yeah, we don't know. Do I think he's going to be fine in college? Yes. Do I think he's going to win another Heisman? Maybe.
Probably not if fucking Joe Milton's got anything to say about it.
Yeah.
I know Hendon Hooker should have won last year. Is what I was going to get out before.
Yeah, I mean, no matter what happens, he's going to the draft this year. I mean, he's not going to stay another year in college.
There's no way. I mean, I don't foresee that happening. More recently, the NFL yesterday was NFL cut day.
Yes.
Logan got mad and was giving me a hard time because the Patriots cut Zappy and Mike Cunningham, but I told him that it was just so they could sign him to the practice squad.
That's fine, but there's technically only one active quarterback on their active roster, and that's Mac Jones.
Because he's using it to carry somebody else.
Okay, so what is it not going to put one in the active roster before?
I'm pretty sure the way the new rule works is they're allowed to carry an extra quarterback. So I think Bill Belichick's just playing the rules like he's always going. I don't know. I'd have to look deeper into it.
Yeah,
I don't think Bill's going to go either that. He's really relying on Mac Jones. I think Mac Jones is going to do fine. I know that.
Well, yeah. I mean, you always got to think that.
You
just never know what's going to happen in the NFL.
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't put it past Bill to. We still got 2 weeks to the football season. Yeah. Somebody might get hurt. Somebody might be put on the pup. Somebody might be, anything could happen. And then he could pull Zappy or pull Cunningham, something like that. Bill's always trying to play the long game. And that's my biggest thing about him. But I'm ready for NFL to get kicked off. This is probably the most excited I've been, I guess, because we have this and we get to talk about it, and it's worth me watching.
And now we're in a league together,
so I'm going to give you a hard time. We're going to be able to talk about that.
But in other news, Doug Peterson, the head coach for the Jaguars, he cut his own son. I thought that was hilarious. I wonder how Sunday dinner's going to be with the family, but.
I mean, I would assume his son knows. It's probably the same situation. He probably cut his son and put him on the practice squad.
I mean, most likely, yeah, probably. But I mean, I just find it funny that, I don't know how that conversation went.
It had to be a really hard one for him. But then again, he also is a coach's son. And he's been around his dad. He knows how coach is. Yeah. So it may be one of those things that what positions he even play?
I think it was wide receiver or something. I'm not totally sure.
Because I think Doug was a QB. So I didn't know. I was like, if it's a QB, of course he didn't.
Yeah, I mean.
While you're looking that up, Josh Dobbs got traded from Cleveland to the Cardinals and has a really good chance to start because they waived Colt McCoy and Kyler's going to be hurt for the first few games of the season.
He was a tight end. His son was a tight end.
That makes sense.
Yeah. The Cardinals I think are what's the word for it?
Fucked.
Well, no, they're trying to lose. They're
trying to get one and two.
They're tanking.
They're trying to get one and two.
They're trying to get Caleb Williams.
And they're trying to get, because I think the way their drafts are work is they'll get one, if they're low enough, they can get 1 and 2.
Something like that. So
because of the way their picks work out.
Yeah, they're tanking. Obviously, they're not officially tanking because you can't do that. But I mean,
they're not going to ever say it. But I mean,
I
I will be honest with you. Josh Dobbs came in here and nobody knew his name and no one really cared, and he won for us, and he led us to some really good games.
Yeah.
So am I going to say he's going to win a Super Bowl? No, that would be awesome.
That'd be great.
Because
cool.
Astro Jobs winning a Super Bowl would be great for everybody.
Yeah, that'd be great, but
I think it may be more like
he
get you as many wins as anybody else? Probably. Maybe not get you 2-3 wins.
Yeah, he'll get you 2 or 3 wins.
Because there's other people on that squad that are pretty good. So
yeah,
I don't really know any of them off the top of my head because.
Yeah, I mean they're getting rid of Isaiah Simmons for a 7th round pick.
They got rid of him. Yeah, he's in Baltimore. And
no, he went to the Giants.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Was it Giants? Yeah, he was the Giants for 7th. Yeah.
Because he's teamed back up with his defensive tackle that he played with in college.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know it looks like obviously there's been some articles about Deion Sanders come out. I don't know if you got to read that on ESPN earlier.
No, what happened?
It was just basically about the roster remake, and there was only 10 ended up being 10 active scholarship players from last season that are currently on that team. He basically did a complete overhaul.
I mean,
which is nuts.
I mean, that's what he said he was. I mean,
since we've been on, Dalvin Cook signed with the Jets.
Yes.
I think we talked about Zeke and the Patriots, but maybe not even then. Zeke signed with the Patriots.
Yeah.
We talked about it in person, most definitely.
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor did not get traded, and I don't think will get traded.
No, he went on. They put him on the PUP list, so he's going to be out for at least the first 4 weeks.
Yep.
This season. So don't draft him in fantasy. If you already did draft him, you're kind of screwed.
Which pisses me off because he's one of those. He's a running back that I would definitely try to pick up.
Yeah.
But even then, even if he decides to come back for Indy, he's still not going to do good. He's just going to maybe have
because now they have Anthony Richardson, so he's going to take a lot of the running opportunities anyway.
Yeah.
The same thing with J.K. Dobbins on Baltimore. I mean, he's an okay running back, but he hasn't been healthy, and he's got Lamar Jackson at quarterback. So Lamar Jackson's obviously, he's going to take a lot of the running opportunities away from him. So,
did you see the video of Eric Gilbert?
No.
Okay, I'll show you. Basically, from what I understand, I don't know the whole story. The video shows, and what I read about.
Was that tight end?
Yeah.
From Nebraska.
Yeah. Did you watch that video?
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
So did you know? It was like apparently he's been going through some stuff. I'm pretty sure he was committed to Tennessee at one point in time.
Yeah. Well, he was a 5-star tight
and then
end.
Flipped to LSU, then transferred to Georgia.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
And then now he's at Nebraska, and apparently he's been going through some stuff, but he had like $1,600 worth of stolen product from inside the store.
Yeah, I don't.
And it shows him
crazy.
he was like donkey kicking the door down, he full turned around, was kicking the door, but he had his face wrapped up, so he didn't want to be seen because he knew there was cameras.
I don't know. It was a weird situation.
It didn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but
Josh Jacobs signed with the Raiders. So
he did sign. I think it's $12 million after incentives,
something like that. Yeah, he can make up to 12. I think it's like 11 or 10 guaranteed.
Yeah, I think it was.
Something
I do believe it's 10 guaranteed with 12 with incentive. 10-8 guaranteed, 12 with incentives.
Any other big signings? I don't think so. Oh, Joe Burrow is back in practice.
Good.
After he hurt his calf in early July, I think it was, or late July. He'll be fine for the beginning of the season, I think. So you got to worry about that. Big trade. Cowboys got Trey Lance from the 49ers.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of really funny videos.
That was crazy, yeah.
But and then they asked Jimmy Garoppolo's opinion on it, and Jimmy thinks there's been a lot going on. There was just no need in keeping him. I mean, 100%. Your quarterbacks are Brock Purdy and Sam Darnold. Now, granted, is Sam Darnold going to do anything tremendous? Probably not. But there makes absolutely no sense to cut a guy who took you further than Trey Lance even attempted to.
Yeah.
He took you as far as Jimmy G took you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like one of those things. It's like, why would you keep him? What good does he do?
There's no point to keep him. I mean, it was a bad pick, bad trade up. They gave away a lot for.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that it was the true story is they traded up, and Shanahan didn't get his guy. I think Shanahan didn't want him. Lynch wanted him, and I think it might have been that. I think Shanahan really did want Mac Jones.
Yeah.
And that would have made more sense because Mac Jones definitely plays more like fucking Purdy than But I mean, he also got his same guy in that same draft. They were drafted at the same time, in the same class. He was Mr. Irrelevant. So, back to
apparently, I also heard that the Colts try to talk to Miami about trading Taylor to him, and they wanted like Jalen Waddle for him.
Yeah, they want. They
Miami,
talked to
Miami was like, no, that ain't going to happen. Though that would have been crazy.
Green Bay was also in.
Yeah, I heard about Green Bay too.
But that would make sense. I mean, a 1 for a 1 because no matter, yes, Jonathan Taylor was hurt last season, but Jonathan Taylor also led the league in rushing a season ago.
Yeah.
And so if they're not giving up their number one, Reek is the number one. Tyreek Hill's number one is the number one.
Yeah.
So it's not. They're not. It's a fair trade.
Oh yeah.
The Colts are giving their best roster player for like the second or third best player on that roster down there because their defensive tackles up there are top players. Ramsey's a top player.
Yeah, but I think Miami did the right thing and not trading him just because with keeping Waddle on that team,
it adds for Tyreek Hill to be able to do his thing, and then if Tyreek's been doubled, Waddle's been
because obviously Waddle went off last year.
100%.
Waddle proved he can be a top tier wide receiver in the league.
I thought I texted you something else. Pull up our text messages.
The text message we were talking about was congratulate Logan for his baby.
I thought I sent you one earlier. I will tell you. So, driving through, I went to Savannah. Got off work Friday at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. Came home, changed, immediately left for Savannah. I got in the car, got on the way, went to see a friend of mine. Drove down there overnight. Went through Atlanta on the way down there because where I live in Knoxville,
South Carolina drivers, not knowing how to drive on the road.
So, living in Knoxville, I went through Atlanta. I had absolutely zero issues going through Atlanta. I love Atlanta. It's just something about you're just driving and it's just kind of grass and trees.
Dope,
and then you hit Atlanta and it's just everything's everywhere.
Yeah.
The road's fucking nuts. And everybody's like, I hate to drive it. I'm like, I think it's crazy. And so it's kind of fun. As somebody who likes to drive, it's kind of fun because you've got lanes going this way, lanes going this way. You've got cars just coming from everywhere. So I think it's pretty fun to drive down there. And I've never had any problems. I didn't have any problems. I had a couple of idiots. I watched a dude. We're riding like this, and I'm passing this car, and he just comes up behind it, and he jumps on the shoulder and passes the car on the shoulder. And I'm like, what the fuck? Then he's going all over the road. He's speeding up, trying to get in front of me. And obviously, there's no one else on the road, so me and the Taurus are having a little fun. It's fun to get next to somebody and just walk away on them. But on the way back, I was like, you know what? It's the same amount of time. There was a purple traffic mark on the way back through Georgia. I've never seen that. I pulled it up, and I've seen yellow and red, but it was dark purple. It was like, it wasn't this color, but it was like dark red, almost purple.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've never seen that. I'm not fucking going that way. That makes me think there's crazy traffic there. I'm not doing it.
No.
And there was a traffic jam reported, but how bad is that traffic jam?
Did you look it up? What the color meant?
No, I didn't even care. I just knew I knew it had to be worse than red.
Was it dark purple?
It was like dark red. Traffic jam on Apple Maps, but there was a dot there. And it just said traffic jam at 4:23, and I was like, well, I'm about an hour out from that.
Yeah, so the darker the red, the more awful traffic is expected to be on that route.
It was almost purple, Logan.
Yeah,
it was closer to this color.
Yeah, so that's a good call.
That right there, because it's typically that.
Yeah, that's a great call. Not taking that. Yeah.
So I was like, because if I get there, by the time I get there, it may be clear, but by the time they get there, it may not be clear. And it was on a stretch of Interstate 16 that from the night before was just it was just fucking 2 lanes running across the south part of Georgia. Mm-hmm. So on the way back, I come through South Carolina. And I hit some rain. And I'll be damned if these idiots in South Carolina don't turn their blinkers on and start slowing down. And it's like, it wasn't even raining hard, and it's like barely sprinkling, and they've got their blinkers on.
They have falling hazards going on?
Full hazards. And it's like, it's not every car, but it's like every third or fourth car has got them on. And you're like, what the fuck are you all doing?
Yeah, it's...
They're stopping, they're slowing down. It got in heavier traffic, and I understand it. But I took the driving test. It has been 10 years since I've taken that driving test. And I've spoken to my father about it. And I don't ever remember him telling me that if it starts raining to turn my fucking hazards on.
No.
It doesn't make any sense because no one can see your fucking lights either way.
Yeah, the only time I turn my hazard on if it's like...
Broke down on the side of the road.
Broke down on the side of the road over it's literally piss raining where I can't see 2 feet in front of me.
Well, that's how it was and they were doing it. You don't turn your hazards on. So there's no point in it.
I turned it on... I think I turned my hazard on one time and I felt like a retard doing it.
Yeah, it's one of those situations you're like, why are you doing that? And then you see everybody else doing it, so you're like, maybe I should do it. But it's just like,
No.
Never
You
went
shouldn't.
driving
There's no
courses
point.
or me flipping that book, reading through my.
Yeah, the only time you should do it if you're on the side of the road and like broken down,
Or if somebody in
flat
front of you is
tire.
trying to break down and there's a bunch of traffic behind you on a one-lane road, you
Yeah.
throw your hazards on so that car get over and then you take off.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, there's absolutely no point in your hazards being on while you're on the interstate and you're doing 55 mile an hour.
Yeah, there's no point.
And that was my biggest thing is if you're in the fast lane, the fast lane's meant for passing.
Yes.
So if you're not passing somebody, get the fuck out of the fast lane.
Exactly.
I got behind so many people and it'd be 70 and these motherfuckers are going 60.
Yeah, but no.
And then you can't get in this lane because there's another idiot going 60 over here too.
Yeah. Well, it's like when I'm coming up here to do the pod, I got to go up like a little incline at the split, and God forbid you make it up on the top of the hill. You got to slow down because people don't know how to fucking drive.
It's just like,
and it's literally they'll back up traffic for like 2 miles because they keep slowing down on top of the hill, and it's like, dude, it's just a hill.
And it's so funny because I obviously have the ability to where if I run up behind you, they think I'm a cop, so they do typically get out of my way. What's really funny is so cars don't always do it. Semi trucks do it every time.
Yeah.
I'm 100 for 100. I'm like 100 for 100 at doing that with semis.
Yeah, well, semis don't want to.
Because all I do is I roll up behind them and they see me and they immediately get over.
Yeah.
They don't take 20 minutes or nothing. They immediately slide.
Truck drivers don't want to fuck with the cops.
But I did drive back through the gorge through South Carolina, North Carolina, and I definitely don't like that driving through the gorge at night. It's the first time I've ever done that because I've driven through it at like dusk and different stuff like that, and more like early morning and late and like mid afternoon.
Yeah.
And it obviously is a pretty crazy drive. At night, it's nuts. You can't see nothing.
Yeah, at night it was. Yeah, I remember because I went up there. I went up to North Carolina one time and
for Asheville. Yeah.
For Asheville. It's cool. I mean, it's cool. It's like I did it like early morning, like 10 o'clock maybe.
So, yeah,
sun was
cool.
up, but it was cool. But like
yeah, if
at
you
night, fuck that, dude.
Yeah, no, I was like, what the fuck's going
on?
Yeah. Still more. I don't know if you guys, if the people who do watch us, if you're a Barstool fan or not, it looks like Barstool's doing a collab with Bass Pro Shops.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to land some of that stuff for this here podcast.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Also, back into my trip in Savannah, you can jump into Oklahoma if you'd like in a minute. Went around, stayed in a little area. I forget exactly what it's called, but I was near Forsyth Park in Savannah. They had a little farmer's market that morning. It was probably the best farmer's market. I had this like little galette thing, Logan. I know you might have saw it if you guys watched the snap. You might have saw it on the snap where I was like biting into that like pastry.
Yeah.
It was amazing. And then I also had that brown butter cinnamon roll. Those will be ordered. As soon as this next check hits, I'm ordering some of those because it was the best cinnamon roll I've ever had in my life. It was like so warm and gooey, and it was just like, it tasted like cinnamon, but it also tasted like Texas Roadhouse butter.
Hell yeah.
So it was like, this is perfect.
Yeah.
So I had that, obviously, went to some really good spots. There might be a little vlog clipped out of that. I don't really know how well the person I went with is going to want to be seen in, obviously, our content.
Yeah, that's fine.
So there might be a little piece together, stuff like that, some food and some tips. But yeah, I went to a cemetery that what's really funny is she's obviously biracial.
Yeah.
So she's walking to the cemetery and she's looking at all these like grave markers, and we're like, we don't know what they are. We just see how old they are, and obviously we know that they were during Civil War times.
Yeah.
But there's like this really tall one, and we hear the guy drive by and he goes, that one was a General such and such. He was a Confederate soldier, Confederate general. And I was like, I'm dying laughing because to me it's funny because she's biracial and she's standing there looking at this big ass fucking. Yeah. And so we were like basically walking through a Confederate graveyard of sorts. Like there was obviously people that weren't Confederates and that were doctors and all this.
Yeah,
sort of stuff.
but I mean,
but
if there's a general there from
if
the
there's
Confederacy,
if you've seen General and it was 1800s, there's a decent chance it's in South.
In the South, yeah. I mean,
there's a decent chance. It was just really funny. I got a kick out of it. There was some crazy stuff that were like marble. Like some of those were marble, and they had some that went up off the ground, and it may have been just like, obviously the rocks that look like marble, but it was super crazy how some of those people were like buried, and obviously some were above ground. There was people there from like late 1700s, early 1800s. She's like, think about it. They've been
that's
laying
crazy.
There. They're not like bone anymore. Like they're dirt. They've been laying there for something.
I mean, there's bone. I mean, bones are there, but
maybe, bro. I don't even know. You're talking about 300-year-old bones.
If we're finding skeletons from.
Yeah,
like
so there might be some bone there, but it just depends on like the weather treatment for the petrified stuff. But
that's pretty cool. I went to Oklahoma the past week. last week actually. It was pretty cool. Hotter than hell.
Yeah,
You
don't even.
The triple
Was
digits.
it thick?
Yeah,
or was the air better there? Like, did it feel like it did here when it gets hot? Like you were like your shirt was sticking to you?
No, see, it was
dry.
Yeah, it was dry heat, but I mean, it was in the triple digits.
And it was still like you could feel the sun on you.
Yeah.
The heat in Savannah. Speaking of that, the heat in Savannah, because I got to tell you about what I was trying to tell you there. The heat in Savannah, bro. It was so bad I was walking around with a rag. We went to the club, and I'm in the club with a rag because it's so hot that every few minutes you were dancing. Obviously, it's just so it was like 90, but with like a 75% humidity. So it was like here, but worse.
Yeah,
it was awful. But no, what I was getting at there is at that flea market on top of some of the good food that we had. Went to Ordinary Pub. If you're ever in Savannah, definitely do the Ordinary Pub. I know we're kind of bouncing all over the place, but I got some art. Also found a couple of cool artists that I'm probably going to be ordering art from. This man is a gentleman by the name of Calder. He did this. I don't know if he goes to SCAD or not, but I liked his art, so I bought some. He did this as like he did it as a cover for a band that's in Australia. I don't know that they actually used it, but he did it as a rendering. He also was doing this to get everybody to come in, was let him do a 1 minute portrait. So he did a 1 minute-ish portrait, and that's of me. Obviously the hair was down, so I think it looks pretty spot on.
Yeah, I mean it looks great.
It makes me look like a dirtbag, so that's always fun. But no, Savannah was really cool. I went to Penny Kicks and talked to the gentleman who owns Penny Kicks. He has 2 different stores. He has basically, if I own a shoe store, exactly the way I'd want it. He has a Supreme ping pong table.
Nice.
He has a bunch of different like boards hanging around the top. He has a whole glass display case of like the Supreme axe, the Supreme hammer, and like screwdriver set. Yeah. He's got a bunch of really cool shit. He's got Cause dolls. Like he's got actual black. Like I think it's called the Black Family Cause dolls.
Oh yeah.
He was a really cool dude. We talked briefly, and I sat there and talked to him for like 30 minutes, and then I went downstairs and obviously hit a little vintage shop, bought the 3 vintage hats that are in front of you. Didn't really pay hardly anything for them, so
nice.
There's that. And then I went and got our snack for the day. But yeah, no.
I mean, that looks dope. I mean, it looks like a rat fink.
Yeah, he does kind of look rat finkish. Yeah. His name is Calder, and I cannot think of his last name. I don't have my wallet on me, but his name is Calder because he had a cool name. That's how I remember.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
But yeah, no. So I know you didn't really get to do a whole lot in Oklahoma.
No, it was a work thing. So we
team building.
Yeah, we didn't get to like leave the little
reservation.
We went to Post Oak. I think it's Post Oak Lodge or something. That's what it's called. So we didn't get to leave like the compound, whatever you want to call it. But I mean, it was pretty cool. Met some cool people there.
If it's owned by rich white people, it's definitely a compound.
That's what you want to call it, dude. I ain't gonna. Whoever owned the people who own it, they're very very wealthy.
Very
so
rich.
I don't want to. I'm not saying anything about it. Anyway, yeah. So I mean, I didn't really do anything. I mean, there's like these little miniature scorpions like running around everywhere. That was pretty cool.
Did you catch one?
No, I didn't catch one.
When did you bring it back to us? We could have had a scorpion
Yeah, exactly. Thank God I didn't see it, but apparently there was a big ass tarantula walking around out
there.
there.
You like spiders?
I hate spiders. I can't do spiders. I'll do like scorpions. I'll do snakes. I'll do anything like. But spiders, like insects, bugs, just get me out of here. Don't. But apparently it was so hot. Like the next day, tarantula never moved, and they found it shriveled up, and like how spiders die like with their leg. Yeah. So it was weird.
Did somebody pick it up and eat it?
No, I don't. I have no idea.
That's hilarious. Have you ever seen those like canned tarantulas that you can eat?
No.
We'll have to get one for the
No. Well, I'm not eating it, so it doesn't matter.
Bro, that could be your punishment for 1,000.
I will do the 1 chip challenge twice, but I will not eat the fucking tarantula. Right? No way. I'm eating a spider.
I'm buying one so you can see it. They look nuts. But
it was hotter than hell. I mean, I wish I went to the big Chicago airport, but I didn't. I went to the small one, and it kind of sucked.
You also went to the small Dallas airport too.
Yeah, I went to the small Dallas one too. I mean, it was hotter than hell in Texas too. I had a Whataburger. I mean, it was all right.
It's okay. Yeah, I had it.
Like, and it kind of sucked though, because the airport Whataburger, their ice machine was working, so my Coke was like lukewarm.
Yeah.
So that sucked. But I mean, I got their honey barbecue chicken sandwich or chicken strip sandwich or whatever. It was pretty good. I mean, chicken strips were nice, crispy, and it was good. It was alright. It wasn't as great as the Texans make it out to be, but I mean,
Yeah,
it is what it is. I mean,
yeah,
it's good. It's fine. It's fast food, but I mean, it's not the greatest thing.
So, I know you enjoyed your trip with your flying. Yeah, how was flying for the first time? Because I know you said you did it as a kid.
I mean, it was great. When we flew into Chicago the first day, I got kind of, it was like weird because it was a short runway, so he had to slam on the brakes like really hard, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, what the fuck's going on?
Sorry, would you?
But
probably scared the shit out of Chloe.
Yeah, but I mean, it was fine. Flying was fine. Flying to Chicago kind of sucked because it was a full flight, so I didn't have any leg room. But luckily, from Chicago to Oklahoma, it was in a full flight. So
Oklahoma, there's no one flying into that part of Oklahoma.
No. So luckily, I had at least another seat between us, so I could maybe kind of sleep. Yeah. And between Sunday morning and like Saturday night when I went to bed, it would have been.
Because I know when I talked to you Saturday night, you were still awake.
That's right. Yeah, it was. I woke up Saturday like at 9 something in the morning, like regular wake up time, and I didn't go to bed until Sunday.
Yeah, because I know you were up when I talked to you.
Yeah, like Sunday 11. So I was up for a good 25 hours, 26 hours, and dude, that was rough, dude. Let me tell you.
So while I was in Savannah, flying's not bad.
No, flying's not bad. Yeah, I mean, for you, it might be. You might need to book 2 seats just because they're not.
Well, that's what everybody said. Everybody said if I'm gonna fly, then I need to make sure that I'm flying like me and you in a row.
Yes.
And like maybe we book like the row when we get the middle seat.
Yeah.
Or fly if like it's me and a girl flying, it's fly me and then her and then let me take the outside seat and then that way it's like us.
Yeah.
So something like that because that way I don't care to fuck everybody else.
Yeah.
I just don't want to impede on somebody else's personal
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
like
it's
that
not,
I don't know.
it's not
If
the
it's my
airlines.
homie, kiss my ass.
And it's not the airline's fault, but they don't accommodate for bigger people.
No, they don't. Because their whole thing is like, let's make as much money as possible, so let's make the seats as small as possible.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not the airline's fault. It is what it is. But you just gotta realize the person you are. You gotta realize that.
Oh no, I'm 100% aware.
Yeah. And like I know you are, but there's people on the internet that like don't realize that they're that big and.
They get on there and they cry and complain. Yeah, I know those people.
Like,
those people make the rest of us fat people look bad.
Yes.
And you're like, why? You're the reason why everybody hates fat people. Like, I'm fat. I know I'm fat.
Yeah.
I don't. It is what it is. It's my own thing, no shoulder. But
yeah.
So when I was in Savannah, I stopped by this like little hobby shop, like they had a bunch of pop Funkos and stuff. It was a nerd shop, is what she called it. And I got some beer. Lay's potato chips from, I assume, Japan. It looks like Japanese. It could be Chinese. Could be Korean.
We don't know.
Whatever. Says product to China, so
it's probably Chinese then.
Probably Chinese then.
Okay.
But then again, everything's made in China, so
yeah. I guess we'll see how it tastes. I'm not a big beer person anyway, so I probably won't like them. But
I mean, yeah,
we'll see.
Audrey tried the spicy jalapeno.
The crazy thing about this is it smells like straight beer in here.
Does it? I can't smell nothing.
I can smell it, dude. It tastes like literally like a can of beer or whatever. You're like, oh, okay. So you probably won't taste anything.
No, I can taste. I just can't smell nothing.
That's just weird.
That's
That's weird.
It's
No,
kind of
dude.
sweet though.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't like it. Just because it literally tastes like beer, but it's in a chip. So it's like that's weird.
That's wild.
And I guess that's good for alcoholics trying to get over drinking. That's great for you guys because that tastes like straight beer. And then you'll get the same great taste of beer, I guess, but you won't get drunk. I don't believe.
No.
That's weird, huh?
Dude, that after.
Yeah. They're not for me. They're not for me.
They're not awful if their aftertaste wasn't like I just drank 3 beers back to back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. These are gonna go into our bin of snacks that we did not like. That we're gonna see what they're like in a month.
Yeah.
Speaking of, we're on 10 days on the pineapple jalapeno.
I'm not eating those again. Those were so disgusting.
Maybe they're good. Maybe they sit there and
sure.
the pineapple wore away.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Want to go through a week 1 schedule of the NFL? Who's going to win?
We can go through week 1. We can.
I really think
Because that's only 16 games. We can.
I really think the Lions are going to pull one out.
That's what I was saying.
I really think the Lions are going to pull one out.
You think they're pulling out covering, or you think they're pulling out and catching a dub?
I think they're pulling out catching a dub. I think it's going to. I think it's if they do catch a dub, which I think they will, it's going to be over the over under. It's going to be over 54 points.
Yeah, because it looks like Kansas City's the 6.5 point favorite.
Yeah,
and you think you said it's 54 points or over under?
Yeah, I don't know if they'll cover. I think it's going to be a close win if they do. But I think the Lions can definitely steal the win from the Chiefs.
So that's Thursday's game.
Yeah.
I don't like the Chiefs. Obviously, as a Patriots fan, I don't want any other dynasty.
I don't like Chiefs just because it's because they're becoming the next Patriots, and
I don't want no one to touch our Patriots. So that's
I don't think any team's going to reach 7 Super Bowls for a long time.
No, well, and I'm ready for that Mahomes hype to die off because he's good, but also there's other good quarterbacks that they don't basically consistently get their dicks up.
Yeah.
So let somebody else get some love.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know I'll go Lions there.
Yeah.
Looks like we got Titans and Saints on Sunday at 1.
I think the Saints are going to win that one.
I don't know. It's a 3-point game.
I trust the Saints defense more than the Titans offense. Because
the Titans don't have any big receivers.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if Derrick Henry has a career game and runs for 23 rushes for 200-something yards and 4 touchdowns or something, then the Titans can win.
Yeah, it looks like Treylon Burks is. Treylon Burks is questionable as of right now.
So I mean, and I'm not a huge. Ryan Tannehill hasn't been good the past couple years, so I don't know how he's going to play out. But I think the Saints are going to win that game.
Oh yeah, well, it doesn't even show me the over under over here, but
let's see. It's at the bottom. Over under for that game's 41. I don't know.
They'll be under, and I think the Titans win.
I'll go against. I think under. Same with you, but I think the Saints are going to win with that one.
All right, and then we got Eagles Patriots.
Ooh.
I'm gonna ride for my boys. I'm gonna ride. I have to. I don't have a choice.
That's great, but I think
it'll be the under, and it'll be the Patriots win.
Eagles.
Philly's only a 3.5 point favorite.
Yeah, that's great, but Eagles are going to win.
If we don't win, we definitely cover that. I think we can cover.
Yeah, I think it's going to be covered, but I think the Eagles are going to win.
Yeah.
I think they're a better team than Patriots. So,
they definitely have the better defense.
Texans at Ravens.
I'm gonna go Ravens. I think they walk away with their 10-point favorites.
Yeah, Ravens. Baltimore's easy. Bengals at Browns.
I'm gonna go Bengals.
I'm gonna go Bungalows. Depending on how healthy Joe Burrow is, that might change. But I think he's gonna be 100% come week 1.
Yeah. Because there's still another 10 days till the season starts.
So I think Bengals are gonna win.
Vikings over Bucks. Is what I got next.
Yeah. Panthers at Falcons.
Yeah, and the Bucks aren't going to. The Bucks starting quarterback's Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, we'll see how that plans out.
Panthers, Falcons. I'm going to go Falcons off the only fact that their quarterback's a bit older. He's had 1 year in the system.
Yeah,
and
I can see that, but
I want to say I heard Arthur Smith on McAfee talk about playing with him and like him learning the offense later in the term and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, I can see the Falcons winning.
Colts, Jaguars. It's probably going to be Jaguars.
I got Jags. Easy that one. 49ers, Steelers.
I'm going to go Steelers on that one.
I think
it's only a 2.5 point spread. I think the Steelers.
Yeah, I think the 49ers are going to win. Unfortunately, but is what it is.
Because the Steelers, I think, feel like they have a really good defense.
Cardinals, Commanders, game of the week.
That's Commanders. I think the Commanders might be clicking. If their defense could come out.
I've been hearing great things from about Sam Howell and how especially from McAfee.
Yeah,
McAfee's saying he's Sam Howell's, and I trust McAfee pretty much.
But yeah.
Raiders and Broncos. Who's the Raiders quarterback? Oh, Jimmy G. That's right.
I fucking hate Russell Wilson. So, Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, the Raiders. That's a tough because the Broncos have a really good defense.
I'm going Vegas.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to go Broncos just because I just want to see what Sean Payton did with Russell Wilson.
Yeah, he's probably not done shit.
I don't know.
I mean, you got to think that Jimmy G fucking connection with I can't think of his fucking name, the receiver that was Rodgers' receiver.
Oh, Devontae Adams.
That could be dirty this year.
No,
it could
it
be really
could,
cool.
yeah,
because
yeah,
now Jacobs is going to be backfield, and Jacobs is like a bigger back. So
yeah, honestly, I'll change that because the Broncos don't have any wide receivers; they're all hurt. Tim Patrick got down. Jerry Judy's out, so they're.
Who's he going to be? He's going to be throwing to bums.
Number one is Cortland Sutton.
He's okay, but he's not Judy or fucking
No. So yeah, I'll change up the Raiders. Dolphins, Chargers.
I'm going Chargers. I'm a fan of Herbert.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Herbert too. That's a tough one for me though. Yeah, I think Chargers.
I'll tip a pick if he's available. I'm taking him as a QB.
Herbert. Oh yeah, for sure. I don't know. I haven't found a really good draft strategy yet. It fucks me up.
This is my first draft I've ever done. So.
The biggest thing about our team and our league is that we have like it was regular
Packers,
setup.
Bears, and the Bears are a favorite.
Yeah,
are favored
yeah.
by 1.5.
Yeah,
Packers.
Bears.
I think Loves comes in surprises everybody.
Bears. No, but we'll talk about the fantasy later. Cowboys and Giants. I got the Giants. I got Danny Dimes beating Dak Prescott.
What?
What?
I don't know. They didn't show me that one.
Yeah, there's a Sunday night game. Cowgirls and Giants in MetLife. I think the Giants are going to win that game. Dallas is 3.5 favorite.
I'm going Dallas.
But I think Giants going to win.
I'm going Dallas. We're riding.
Game we didn't talk about. Greatest game. Week 1, Rams at Sea Chickens.
I think Sea Chickens. I think your team is ass.
Yeah, the Sea Chickens are 4.5 point favorites anyway.
Yeah, did you see what Belichick said about doing that and how that wasn't for him?
What?
About going all in and going all into that. And he's like, you see, they're hurting now. And you guys are hurt.
Oh, yeah, don't get me wrong.
Like, you guys are hurting. If it wasn't for the fact that Aaron Donald is on your defense, like, if he would have retired, you guys would fucking completely suffer.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going with Rams. I got to go to my team.
Yeah, I don't
anyway.
think. I mean, I'm going for my.
But
I think it's the Sea Chickens.
Yeah, to me, the Rams this year, our ceiling is the wild card spot in the playoffs. That's like our ceiling.
Yeah.
Obviously, our floor is not making playoffs and having a mid-round pick, something.
As of right now, Bosa's still holding out, which that could make a big difference in that fucking 49ers game.
Yeah,
too.
that's true. And then Monday night,
because they got Najee.
Yeah, you're right. And then Monday night, Bills at Jets. That's a good game. That's a good game Monday night. That's a good Week 1 Monday night game. Let me tell you.
Bro, I don't even know.
Buffalo's 2.5 point favorites.
I know Dalvin Cook plays his brother.
Yeah. God.
Ready to tell another.
I'm gonna go Jets on that one. Just because I'm hoping to get Garrett Wilson on my fantasy team Saturday. I want Garrett Wilson.
Another quarterback I'd also like to have is Rodgers too,
dude,
because he could get you for 4.
I
He can get you 4 touchdowns.
I hope he falls.
And he likes to flick that wrist and drop a 50-yard ball. And I know that's. What
I
you're
hope
saying,
I can get Rodgers as one of my quarterbacks.
Because now you can dive deeper into it. Like, we're playing in like a league where your dad's our commissioner, correct?
Yeah, my dad's the commissioner. It's a 12-man
league. He's a
league.
fucking hilarious person.
12-man league. It's a PPR league standard, snake draft. But the biggest thing is we have what's called an OP flex, where you can literally put any player, any position you want in there. That includes quarterback. So most everybody puts another quarterback, obviously because they give you the most points. So that's the biggest thing. It's hard to make a draft strategy because no one else really does this. Like,
yeah.
So
my biggest thing is I don't know what to look at because, like, you keep telling me I need to take Tyreek Hill, but my biggest thing is because and that's kind of like where we are since we're getting to keep the pick from last season. And obviously, like, my only option is to keep Tyreek Hill or go to see who else is in the draft order. But I have no idea the draft order because his pops is waiting until Saturday
so
for him to pull our draft orders.
ESPN is going to make our draft order.
And he's waiting until last minute. So, granted, some of our guys are going to keep players, obviously.
Yeah.
And so, like, if McCaffrey stays and you're taking Henry and Jay Jetta comes off the board, it's like, then who do I pick? I know that everyone's always said you don't take a quarterback in the first.
No.
So it's like
I'm doing what's called the hero running back strategy. When it's perfect for me because my hero running back's going to be Derrick Henry. So what that means is you take a top tier running back as your first pick. So that like McCaffrey, Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, Saquon. Take one of those guys. And then and then the rest of the draft you focus on wide receivers and pass catchers and like a quarterback.
Because you rely heavily on a running back.
Yes, and then probably around I would say that 8th, 9th, 10th round, 7th round maybe, you pick your second running back and you pick a starter on a team, but obviously he's not one of the top tier running backs.
Yeah, because we're in a 12-man league and each team has one running back. That's 32 running backs.
Yeah. So I mean
there's a high probability you're getting another starter.
Yeah, so you need at least one good running back, I believe. So I mean, for you, obviously Hill would be your first round pick, and then I would try to get a top tier running back as your second pick if you keep Hill.
That would probably be what I'll do. Is look for. Like I said, I'd like to see. I think Bijan Robinson's a good one to pick up if he's going to be available. Since he has to be available because no one else. But if he makes it out of the first round and no one else drops their picks. But
yeah, exactly.
As you've talked about, it looks like there's a decent chance almost everybody in our league is probably going to keep at least one.
I mean, there's some teams that are kind of on the fringe, but for the most part,
with those on the fringe guys pick, Bijan's probably going to be 5. Like he's not going to be top 5. I don't think.
Yeah,
because there's other players that are better.
One of those guys in our league, he had Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes.
So he's gonna keep one of those two.
Maybe. See, I don't know yet. See, I don't know if he's like going to follow like draft strategies and just not keep anybody and try to get like a receiver that's left or like a running back, or he might end up keeping one.
Killing.
Let's see. This person in our draft. See, I don't know. She has got Burrow. She got Mark Andrews, Justin Fields.
Wait, how do you feel about a woman playing fantasy football? Since you hate women doing everything else.
I don't hate women doing nothing. All right?
Playing sports, you do.
No. I just don't like women's sports. Oh, I don't like watching them.
Well, we're going to a Lady Vols game this year.
Look, I've played with her for a couple of years, and she's fine. She knows what she's doing, so that's great. Awesome. So it's one thing if she doesn't know what she's doing. All right, that's just annoying. Let's see. So I don't know if I don't know if she's going to keep anybody. I mean, if she would have kept Jonathan Taylor, but not now. So maybe Mark Andrews, maybe.
But let's say
Fields or something.
But even in the way I think about it is let's say 8 of 5 take. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah. So, but I mean that's like
or 8 of 12. So there's 4
that's
players.
8 of the best players. So that's Jay Jettis not going to be there. Jamar Chase is not going to be there. Tyreek Hill's not going to be there if you keep him. CMC's not going to be there. So Josh Jacobs probably not going to be there. I mean, so it's
because he's going to do a lot of running.
Yeah. Like I know Nick Chubb's not going to be there because that's my dad. That's my dad's team.
He's probably already told me.
And he told me he's going to keep Nick Chubb. And just let you know, I won last year.
Give a shit.
I'm the reigning champ of this league, boys. All right. Yeah, I won because of Thomas Brady last year.
The greatest quarterback of all time.
Only because the way our scoring works is obviously standard PPR league, but if it's a 50+ yard touchdown,
and
extra points.
Evans were just
every 100 yards, it's an extra so many points or whatever. So week 17 against Carolina, guess how many points Thomas Brady got me?
Probably 30 or 40.
83 points.
That's nuts.
83.
Yeah, that's nuts.
432 and 3 tutties.
That's nuts.
Yes. He helped me win, and I also had Waddle help me win. Back-to-back weeks, week 15 and 16 for Waddle. Going to be 40 and 45 points.
So this league's high scoring, basically.
Yes. So if you have Tyreek Hill, he's going to
he almost did 2,000 yards last season, and there's 18 games. So
he's going to get a lot of 50-yard-plus touchdowns.
He's going to get a lot of 100-yard games.
Yes.
So it's not less. In other games, from what I understand, it's about guys who can score touchdowns.
Yes.
Because typically touchdowns are your most points.
Yes.
But since we're running 50 and 100, extra bonus points.
Yes.
On top of the points you already get for 50 and 100 yard
Yes.
like receivings, you're getting bonuses for having those plays of 50 and 100.
Let's see here.
That's
50+ yard touchdown is a 10-point bonus.
oh yeah, and Tyreek Hill
40+ yard is a 5-point bonus. Plus, that's add on to the 6 points you get for the touchdown.
Yeah.
Let's see, 400+ yard game. That's a 10-point bonus. Plus, that stacks onto the 5-point bonus you get from the 300 yard game. So that Brady I was telling you about, that's why. That's why.
Stacking.
Yeah, and he had, I think, a couple of those touchdowns were like, or at least one of them was a 50-yard touchdown. Same thing with rushing, 50-yard plus rushing touchdown, 10, 100-yard rushing game, 199 is 5 points, 200+ is 10 points, extra 10 points. Receiving's the same way. Kicking, if it's a zero from 39 yards out is 3 points, extra 3 points. 40 to 49 yards 6 points. 50 to 59 yards 9 points, and a 60+ yard field goal 10 extra points.
So basically, whoever has Justin Tucker is gonna go off. Yeah, I feel
that. And then special teams, kick return, whatever, blah blah blah. But yeah, so you get rewarded for your players if they do actual good plays in the which I like about it.
Yeah, I feel that. I'm definitely excited to get to play. I'm obviously excited to win some money if I win.
Yeah, I think it's first, second, third win money.
That's lit.
Yeah.
Because typically, you play people that don't end up paying out or whatever. So you got some bullshit going on. A couple quick things I was going to touch on. I saw on Twitter, and then we'll have to wrap this up because it's about time for us both to go to bed. A little boy apparently got in trouble in Colorado for having the "Don't Tread on Me" flag on his backpack.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And apparently it was distracting and offensive to other students.
No, it was distracting to the teacher because she didn't agree with it.
Because she's ill-informed and ignorant.
Yes.
And this little boy, he's wearing a button-down shirt, New Balance shoes. Looks like an old man. Like, leave him the fuck alone.
What is he doing? Oh, another thing. Chicago. That's hilarious. Apparently, some fat chick hid a gun in her belly fat and snuck it into a baseball game and shot herself
and somebody else.
Yeah, in her fat. She snuck a gun under her belly fat and got past security in a White Sox game, and it went off and it shot her and somebody else. That was crazy. And apparently the game went on too.
Baseball's been nuts. There was like an active shooter the other day at college too.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I don't. Is there any more baseball news? Touch on that if you've got any real quick.
Ronald Acuna is probably going to win NL MVP. He has 60-something stolen bases on the year, and he's almost has 30 home runs. That hasn't been done in a long time. It's just crazy numbers. Crazy thing about the stolen base leader, Ricky Henderson. I think it said Ronald Acuna could get 100 stolen bases a year for the next 10 years and still not be close enough to Ricky Henderson.
That's crazy.
It's insane. But no, Ronald Acuna is a freak athlete. He's a 5-tool player. He can run, he can hit,
and
he can
that's
throw.
Probably because I don't know nothing about baseball, and I know they're the closest team to me. That's probably more ride for the World Series champs.
Yeah, no.
I know that you don't like that, but
no, I mean it is what it is. The Braves have 7 people on their team that have hit 20+ home runs. That's insane. That's insane. That's like no. So I think it's going to be.
I know they said both the Texas teams were battling back and forth, and then now Seattle's coming out of left field.
Yes.
Also, Shohei Ohtani's hurt. We have not talked about that on this podcast because he got hurt after while we've been off.
Hurt his arm, so he's not pitching for the rest of the year.
He's having Tommy John. He's going to have Tommy John.
Something like that. He's still going to hit.
It's his UCL, so yeah.
Yeah. He's going to hit out the rest of the year and probably have surgery at the off season.
Which,
though, I don't know how much that's going to affect.
But he's still DHing.
Yes, he's still DH for the Angels.
I wouldn't play. I would sit at home. Like, you're gonna get paid either way. I would sit. Fuck it.
Yeah.
You're about to get a massive contract. Let your arm heal, bro. Like, fuck that trash ass team who's not gonna pay you any money.
Yeah. But for the NL, it's gonna be the Dodgers in Atlanta in the NLCS, and unfortunately, I think Atlanta's just gonna win. Atlanta has a much better team than the Dodgers right now.
And that's hard for him to say because he's diehard.
Stupid. Whatever. Atlanta's going to World Series again, and then the AL is a much closer race.
The AL is wait. Does that say the Orioles are leading the AL?
Yes, the Orioles have have sole possession of the AL. Yes, the Orioles are like they're back. They're 100%.
That's hilarious.
It's not a fluke either. They have.
So what's it say? Orioles.
It's Orioles, Rays, Seattle, Houston, and Texas.
I don't know who to ride out of that, but I think I might ride Seattle just because they're a random one.
Seattle's red hot right now, dude. It's crazy.
It's a random one, so I think I might ride.
It's going to be Baltimore for sure. It's going to be the ALCS.
You think they're that good just to blow through whoever they play?
Yep. It's going to be Baltimore and.
Because I know the Mets and the Yankees suck out of New York, and I'm trying to think.
Unfortunately, the Mets and the Yankees are just done. They're out. I don't know. The Mets are 27 games out of first place in the National League.
And the Yankees aren't too far behind, I don't think, because they've lost.
Yankees are 18 and a half games out from first place in the American League, so, I mean, they're done.
They're not even... Are they playoff bound?
No.
They're, 2 games out from playoffs?
Yeah, let's see.
There's a video.
The Yankees are last in their division, by the way, boys, so that's done.
I know. I sent you the video.
Same thing with the Mets. Are last in their division.
It's baseball related. There's a video of Ellie De La Cruz talking to Shohei Ohtani. Well, from everything I understand, Shohei doesn't speak English.
Shohei doesn't speak English, and Ellie De La Cruz doesn't speak Japanese. He doesn't speak English either. So
he doesn't speak English or Japanese, so they're having a conversation by bumping each other and giggling. And it's so funny because Shohei speaks Japanese, and I could assume Shohei's smart enough to speak broken English.
Yeah.
And Ellie's probably smart enough to speak broken English. But I don't think they're able to speak broken English enough to compliment each other and be able to do that.
No.
I think they were just playing each other.
What the Reds?
They're doing pretty good, aren't they?
Yeah, they're doing better than what they have been. Where's
and it does look like your old rapist friend is not coming back at all.
Who? Wander Franco?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's done.
Did you see the card I sent you earlier?
Yeah.
It's Wander Franco and
it's really unfortunate, too, because he was one of the best young stars in the league. He had MVP potential for the league. But, make stupid decisions, I guess. I don't know. That is what it is. It sucks for him, I guess. He's gonna.
There's a new top.
Yeah. Depending on how the investigation goes, I mean, he could be given a second chance, maybe later down in years ahead. But I don't know. Anything's possible. But at least for now, Wander Franco's not coming back to the league anytime soon.
I know that you're not interested in this, but because I'm going to, I'm gonna wrap this up with this. Follow us on all our socials. They're all going to be linked at the bottom of the video. The TikTok's got to keep running. He's back at home now. I think he might be thinking about going to buy a computer pretty soon, so we might be able to cut. He can cut and then upload.
Yeah.
I'm in the process of getting, obviously, back into the full workforce and running money. Oliver Anthony released another song. I know you're not interested, but I'm going to play it anyway.
Yeah,
he released another song. It's called I Want to Go Home. I'm pretty sure he was on Rogan. He recorded with Rogan today. So there's that. So just obviously, like I said, I'm going to play this out here. But follow us on all socials. Like, subscribe, share. Do everything you can. Comment. Try to stay as active as possible. We're doing everything we can again here, guys. And so I'm going to continue to try to make content, but it's going to be really hard if we're not climbing. I'm thinking about maybe doing some type of like Patreon situation where we upload more content. Definitely think we're going to have to do some gaming stuff because we got to figure out how to get out there and game with people. But we're working on podcast guests. I have a completely different guest who leans more left. It's like the epitome of Logan. So it's going to be pretty fun to have her on. There's some fun stuff there, but just stay tuned. We're going to continue to do big things, and I'm going to play you off of this right here. Let you hear this.
Old dogs and good Lord, they'd have me strung up in the psych ward.
Apparently, it turned out like huge money too.
Gucci Mane was active.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, Gucci Mane won.
Days to me, son, we're on the brink of the next world war, and I don't think nobody's praying no more, and I ain't saying I know it for sure. I'm just down on my knees, begging the Lord to take me home. I wanna go home. I don't know which road to go. It's been so long. I just know I didn't used to wake up cussing myself every damn day. There's always some kind of bill to pay. People just doing what the rich man say. I wanna go home.